Old Town East has had a lot of issues with vacant lots, and mostly starting with vacant houses that have gone into decay and been condemned. But once they're taken down, then they have to be taken care of after that. So they are mowed by the city, and if the city can actually get those lots into hands of people that either want to rebuild on those lots or do something special with them, then that obviously is a boon to the city and a boon to the neighborhood as well.
Healthy Homes is a nonprofit housing initiative that was started by Community Development for All People and Nationwide Children's Hospital. Our current goal is to reduce vacant, abandoned, and blighted properties in our area. So we're standing right now at 941 Carpenter Street. It's a lot that we acquired several years ago, and we're looking into redeveloping as a new build. But the more we looked at it, we couldn't get any off-street parking because there's no alley access, and it just wouldn't have been a good fit for a new build. Directly next to us is 949 Carpenter Street, and at that time there was actually a property on that lot, but the house was in such disrepair that the city was able to demolish it, and we purchased the lot from the city land bank. We had initial discussion about combining the lots and doing a new build on the lot, but as more thought went into it, I began to think about, does neighborhood revitalization always have to end up being just more housing? So I started looking into some other options and have found out some information about an urban forest in Seattle and decided to bring that idea to our board for discussion. And our board approved it, and we moved forward to make plans to build it. We learned that there was basically a contest being sponsored by the city, and it was called Parcels to Places. The city had multiple vacant lots available, and they said, hey, if you can give us a plan for these lots, we could potentially give you some financing or funding for that.
Within the neighborhood here in Old Town East, one of the featured lots that we saw was on Ohio Avenue. It's the entrance into the neighborhood off of Broad Street. Ohio Avenue hasn't really been paid attention to a lot as Old Town East is developing.
So we entered that contest. We were lucky enough to be one of the participants who were awarded a grant for that. And through Parcels and Places, we did secure a $15,000 grant.
There were 9 finalists. They're all over the place in terms of what they wanted to do. Our idea, just to bring public gardens to the neighborhood and also welcome to the neighborhood. There'll be a sign behind us right here that says Old Town East, and it'll be fairly large so you see it off of Ohio as you're coming into the neighborhood. Yeah. I hit something solid with the shovel. Wow, I got some brick down there, huh? Before we touched it, it was mostly weeds and a lot of concrete and rubble mixed into the ground. It wasn't a very good demolition job, really. It was pretty rocky, but a lot of times the inert material of the foundation is dumped into the basement. Anything that would decay, such as wood, is supposed to be pulled out. And then after that, it's supposed to be backfilled with soil.
Well, if you look up here, you see a structure being created, and this will be an area of shared space or meeting space or coverage in case it starts raining. This is the back side of where the urban forest will be, and this is where our line of fruit trees will begin. We're going to have about 13 to 18 raised flower beds throughout the forest. We will actually have 2 raised beds that will be handicap accessible in the forest as well.
I think this park will be a signature park in Columbus. Not only will there be garden beds and lending library and a custom bike rack and an entry into the park, it will be a place where people want to come and enjoy themselves, be able to garden, and hopefully it's something that people look to as a space that they point out in the neighborhood as something special.
What I'm really looking forward to is not only having fresh fruits available to the neighborhood, but being able to provide programming in the park. We are looking to link up with Livingston Avenue Elementary School so that we can provide some type of programming for their students here, cooking lessons, gardening lessons, all those type of things. We would like to have the garden function as that, and also be another meeting place where people can get out, learn who their neighbors are, associate with people more, and talk more about what's going on in the community and work towards improving it even more.